Hey, Armand here with your forecast for the week of October 24th, 2021. Here's what happened. I was getting ready to do this forecast. I had a little script in my mind, a little outline at any rate, and it was pretty positive. And then I had a student this morning, and I was explaining to her how you think about and work with mundane transits. That's what we call this weekly stuff, things that are happening in the sky relative to the earth in mundo, mundane astrology. And as I was explaining all the things that were happening this week, I suddenly realized, wow, this is a little bit of a challenge of a week. So this is a bit of a challenge of a week. That's the first thing to take out of it. Let's see if we can break it down a little bit. First of all, we start out Sunday, Monday into Tuesday with the it was Sunday, Monday with the moon in Gemini. Your best bet for this week is to get stuff done on Monday or Sunday, depending upon how things go, socializing and stuff like that. It's going to be a Sunday, Monday kind of thing. Later on Monday evening at 5 p.m. Eastern time, which is 22 Greenwich, 3 p.m. Pacific time, the moon's going to go into Cancer. As you may know or recall from previous talks, maybe last month or something like that, the Cancer moon, the soft, sensitive Cancer moon, always has a bit of an issue lately because the last aspect it's going to make is in opposition to Pluto. Pluto is not great for the soft and sensitive. Pluto is tough. Pluto is digging and probing. And so throughout the time that the moon is in Cancer, we sort of feel that last aspect, Pluto being far along in Capricorn now, that last aspect building. This month, actually, the moon's last aspect will not be the opposition to Pluto, but rather a square to Mars in Libra. Mars is at the end of Libra, 28 Libra. So what we're feeling then is, first of all, a reheating of last week's Mars-Pluto square, which was, let's say, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, coming right off the full moon into that square. And wasn't that full moon and the end of last week a real laugh riot? Then we also have to deal with the fact that it is the Cancer moon itself connecting with Mars and Pluto. And so we're having a particular, well, Tuesday and Wednesday particularly, we're having this kind of thing. We're having this tense time. Thursday morning, the moon goes in, early Thursday, the moon goes into Leo. That's what it does after Cancer, goes into Leo. And you might think, well, that's better. And indeed, it might be better. Last quarter moon in Leo. All right, a little time of assessment, but it's a fire sign. It'll warm you up a little bit after the wet Cancerian weather that dominates midweek. But the problem with this last quarter moon is that the moon in Leo square to the sun in Scorpio is also opposing Saturn in Aquarius, that is making a T-square. And so it kind of takes any of the lightness out of it. And in fact, on Saturday, the sun itself will square Saturn. And so Thursday, Friday, Saturday is very much colored with this kind of heavy, work-oriented test kind of energy. So Monday, the moon is still pretty close to the full moon. It's waning, but it's still pretty illuminated. Gemini, moon is in Gemini, nice energy, generally nice aspect, all good. I mean, the moon is void a big part of the day, I'll tell you the truth. From about 10 o'clock Eastern time onwards, it's void, but it's still, okay. And so Sunday is great. Monday, the moon is void in Gemini. It's a good, almost lazy kind of Monday if it wasn't for what's coming for the rest of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, you've got this Cancerian tension that is going to be more emotionally relevant than practical, probably for most of us. And then Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday, it becomes a little bit more practical. It's a little bit more of that Saturnian feeling of, decisions, deadlines, responsibilities. Not a easy, light time. Might be a little bit hard to get out on Friday night for some fun. Saturday night, however, the moon will be in Virgo on Saturday and going into Sunday, and that should be easier. Now, a waning Virgo moon is not what I would call a party moon, but make the best of it if you can. It's certainly going to be easier once we get past that Saturn aspect, which is very early on Saturday morning. Well, Thursday, Friday, heavy work oriented. And the weekend, well, kind of recover the best you can. We'll do the Halloween forecast, and I'll get that out early on Sunday morning next week for you. The Halloween week forecast. That's another pretty significant one. But to recap this week's little dramas, beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday, pretty much your best opportunity, lighter feeling. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, emotionally got a bit of a challenge. And then Friday, Saturday, well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday. You know what I'm trying to say, do you? Tuesday, Wednesday, emotionally heavy. Thursday, Friday, work oriented. Saturday, things start to lighten up a little bit. Moon in Virgo, have some fun, clean out the garage or something along those lines. Venus is fairly active this week. Venus is active on Thursday when let's back up a little bit there. Venus is active on Tuesday when she squares Neptune. Venus-Neptune aspects can be a little bit uncertain. I would say that when it comes to either romantic or financial matters, or dogs barking, romantic or financial matters or anything like that, I would be, a little circumspect. Again, you could be a little overcautious with the Cancer moon on Tuesday. You could be a little bit too light about things maybe on Sunday, Monday. After that, the moon does go on, Venus goes on to sextile Jupiter, and that is on Thursday. And if it wasn't for the Cancer moon and the tough aspects and all of that, I would say, well, that's going to be nice, but it's you'll feel the Cancerian tension on Wednesday, and then Thursday, which would be the really fun day, I guess, is when we have that last quarter moon square Saturn and all of that type of thing. So you may not be exactly in the mood for going out and having a party and doing a raucous time and stuff like that. Still in all, if you feel pretty good at midweek, you can, give it your best shot. Don't let me stop you. I'm not here to stop you from anything. I'm just suggesting the way things are likely to go. One more thing that's happening this week is that Mars on Saturday will go into the sign of Scorpio, his home sign of Scorpio, where there's it's a rather protective vibe. Mars plays offense as the ruler of Aries, but he's on the defensive as the ruler of Scorpio. With the sun in Scorpio and Mercury heading there, I've got to feel that, and the new moon coming up in Scorpio, but that's next week. I have to feel that there'll be a little bit more of a closing in, a little bit more of a protective vibe. Although Scorpio tries to protect, but it's really the sign of transformation. So can it protect? Well, we'll have to consider that a little bit more next week. What I would say, though, for this week is that the Mars at the very end of Libra could, in some quarters, not by you, well, maybe by you, but not from you, could indicate propensity for passive aggressive action. This is not if you have natal Mars in Libra. It's not. I'm not. Don't feel that I'm saying things about natal Mars in Libra. I'm saying that with transiting Mars in Libra, mundane aspect, Mars in Libra at the very end can be a little bit more of that kind of passive aggressive, that sort of instead of instead of giving, if you're really, pissed at somebody, instead of giving them this finger, you tend to wag the finger at them. The problem is that you didn't fill out section C properly, so you're going to have to go back and do that again, right? It's that kind of thing. So be aware of that, particularly as we go through this week, which has a fair amount of tension naturally built into it. And I'll see you next week.